Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Launchpad Reseller Podcast. We are your mission control for all things reselling. Whether you've been selling for 20 minutes or 20 years, you know you can always count on us to bring you the lowdown on what is hot in reselling today. We are here today with the Beard King Picker. I want to welcome you in.
What's up?
Alex, thank you so much for
Thanks
being
for
here.
having me on. Appreciate it.
Yep. And of course, I could never do this thing without my trusty co-hosts. We have Ashley, She Shed 244, and of course, Ellie Tennessee Treasures joining me along the way. And so much to unpack on this episode. I was just talking about offline really quickly how Alex, you were my first pick for this podcast when I first started. There was two. Sean Fines, which was on last week, and then you. I really enjoyed our conversation at the East Tennessee meetup, and I since that day I kind of wanted to have you on this podcast because I'm a avid reader, or at least I used to be when I had time, and I enjoy books in general. So, and I love that you do that. But we'll get there in just a second. So, before we get started, I'm gonna throw you a Uno Reverso. Okay, here we go, because it's my podcast. So the Uno Reverso is I want you to tell everybody where they can find you first. Okay. Because a lot of times we don't have enough time at the end to do that.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, what you're doing in the reselling space, etc. We'll start there.
It's Beard King Picker on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I mean, everything is Beard King Picker, and that's just reselling content. And then Book Dust Media is where I do book reviews. Me and my wife do book reviews, and you can also find Book Dust Media on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube.
All right. Awesome. So everybody make sure that you take time to sub Alex, the Bear King Picker. Make sure you're subbing Book Dust Media as well to support their reviews. I try to get in there and watch as many as I can so you guys can get some watch hours and stuff like that. Personally, that's what I do. I enjoy your reselling content for all the reasons I mentioned earlier. And I like it how you do this with your family. I think that's important. So we'll go ahead and take a minute here to why don't we tell people how you came to reselling and go as early as you want. I'd like to know what you were doing before too. A lot of times we don't cover that so much.
Yeah, I worked in a family business, so my family owns preschools. So
Oh,
I was like a teacher, a cook, the bus driver. I mean, I did everything at the preschools. Met my wife at our preschools as
nice.
well. She's in the chat under Book Dust Media right now. But yeah, that's how I met my wife. I started reselling because I collected toys for many years. I didn't need them anymore, and just wanted to pass the collection on to other people. So I started selling off my toy collection, which was mostly comic, like Spawn Comics, Todd McFarlane, if you guys are familiar with Todd
Oh
McFarlane.
yeah, one of my favorite childhood comic
Yeah.
books.
So I tattooed my whole leg with Spawn, so I figured I could let go of my toys. That's how I got into reselling, and just slowly things around the house, like anyone I think should start off when you're getting into reselling, to learn eBay or whatever platform you choose. And then I kind of dove into books over on Amazon, FBA. And I
Ooh.
was doing part-time books, in between the making food for the kids. I would go to the thrift store and pick up books, and I was just a scanner. I knew nothing about books, and I would just send them in, and I did that for about two years, I think, part-time, 3 days out of the week. I mean, I started making more money, so I took off time from the family business, and then we slowly rolled into, still on Amazon, into doing online arbitrage. And we were ungated in Lego, Star Wars, like all the top brand, Nikes, all that stuff.
Ooh.
We sold, like, I always tell the story, but we were doing like just in almost $10,000 in sales in cat food in Fancy Feast.
Damn.
So I would walk into Walmart, and me and my wife would just, we would build these bundles on Amazon that we made. And so we'd fill up the carts with cat food, and people just look at us like strange, like, "Oh, you guys must have a lot of cats." And I'd always go, "No, we plan on getting one soon, so we're just planning ahead." But we would buy everything, And then the Legos, we were big in the Legos, where we went in. I know one time we bought like $1,500 in one day just on Legos, and then we on Amazon. And when it comes to Legos, you want to hold the Legos because when they retire, they'll usually 3 times, the amount. So I held on to this like a year and did the Legos and all that. But I got bored of just sitting at home doing the online arbitrage. And we also had 2, what is it, assistants at the time too. That did sourcing for us.
Oh wow.
I'm trying to that's not the correct name, yeah, for assistants or whatever they're called. Anyways, we had that too going on, but I got bored of not the treasure hunting because I missed going to yard sales and
Mhm.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. So slowly moved away from online arbitrage, and especially because shoes and clothing burnt us out because the returns on clothing is ridiculous, especially on Amazon because you can return anything on Amazon, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they built a culture of returns, which unfortunately
Mhm.
hurts a lot of the smaller sellers that are on the eBays and of the world. Um, you kind of have to build that into your model when you go forward because of Amazon's the ability to return anything, like you said. So
Yeah.
it kind of that's one of those things that are not the best part of reselling, but something you got to plan for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So,
damn Legos, huh?
yeah, lots of Legos. Just any type of toys. We'd sell the dumbest toys, like these little turtles that swam, and we'd sell these things. Every 5 minutes, we'd sell a little turtle for like, I don't know,
Man,
$20. You paid $9 for it or whatever. Made like $5 a turtle.
so are you still on Amazon today?
I completely closed down my FBA account. So I can still do merchant fulfilled if I want to. So now I'm only eBay and Etsy. Do a little bit of Etsy. Exploring back into Whatnot, selling books on Whatnot and Etsy. So we're like 95% all books now. And I try to
Okay.
just get the vintage and rare books, antiquarian books. Anything strange is what I'm looking for. That's what
The
does the
weird
best.
and obscure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weird and obscure history books, religious books, occult books, just off the wall topics do the best when it comes to books.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you said a year. How long have you been selling books for since?
Uh, 3 years full time on eBay. I mean, it's got to be 6, 7, 8. I don't know. It's 8 years. I mean, when I
Wow.
started getting into reselling, it's been a while, but
Mhm.
officially full time, I would say 3 years, 3 to
Wow.
4 years. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Damn.
So,
You must have a hell of a personal collection for books.
oh, personal?
Yeah.
Nah, that's my wife. She's got more books than
Ah.
I do. My
So
wife
she's
is
the bookworm.
Well, I actually went to bed last night, so I did read my book. I'm reading like a horror book right now. She reads like fantasy and sci-fi books. So, but
That's
she,
my jam too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know right now she could probably average that. She's mad because she only read 4 books last month, and she's usually probably way above maybe 10 books a month. I'm not sure what she's reading.
Ooh,
She's reading
Wow.
a book, listening to a book, and
damn.
Kindle book, physical book, audio book, all at the same time. I'm like,
All things.
I'll
Wow.
be happy if I read one book in the next 3 months. Okay.
What's your wife's name?
Bethany.
Bethany. Hmm.
Bethany.
Yeah.
Bethany needs to come on. Get out of the chat and come on the camera. Just kidding.
Probably putting the kids to bed while I try to watch this.
We love you to death, Alex. Just I'm just teasing you. So that's a lot. That's a lot of reading. And must be a powerhouse of information. And I'm sure that helps in reselling too. I can only imagine.
Well, she knows like the romantasy and the fantasy stuff pretty good and what's popular. So
Yeah.
that helps. I think that's what's going to help. I mean, I want to kind of niche down to books, but I want to get into only selling fantasy and sci-fi and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I think she'll definitely help. She'll know what's popular. She's like
Yeah.
reading the TikTok books is what they call
Yeah.
them. So,
Anything viral is it's gonna be on Whatnot.
Yeah.
well, I
That's
know,
it.
and it's crazy because they'll start those books not at $1. They'll start at $15, and they'll
Mhm.
sell. It's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, this notion of $1 starts. It works for some of the bigger sellers, but it doesn't have to be that way for some of
Yeah,
us that are small, starting off smaller.
I do all my starts at $2 because I know I'll still get some of my money back. Even if
Mhm.
I bought it at a thrift store, I won't. I'll still lose a little bit of money, but majority of my books for the last like 3 truckloads I've done have all been like free cleanouts that we've done for estate
Mhm.
sale
Mhm.
companies. So I'll profit off $2. I don't really understand the point of selling it for $1 when you're actually negative money. When
Yeah.
you're packing supplies and your time, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, whatnot is a bit of a time grind. It really is.
Yeah.
You have to pay a lot into it. It's one of those things you can pay to win. Don't get me wrong. You could do dollar starts and get your 1,000 and unlock all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of do that, but at what cost, right? So there, if you're okay with paying to win to get unlocked. When I say unlocked, I mean like 1,000 sales, you get instant payouts, stuff like that. Is one of the benefits. So as long as you mark it as shipped, you get paid, right?
Yeah, but
Um,
wouldn't you want to hit that 1,000 where you're profiting too, though, as well, not
Exactly.
in a
Yeah,
negative?
exactly.
Right.
That's my
Yeah.
was my next point. That's the other side of the coin, right? You could do that, but why? Why do that? I didn't do that on Rocket City Reseller.
Mm.
So we did that a little bit on Fiona's Finds just to kind of ungate her a little bit there so we can get traction. But she's killing it now and whatnot. So she's absolutely toys, really. Everything toys, books, plush.
Yeah.
And we started delving into the young adult type books,
Okay.
easy reader type, that
All the
elementary school.
Children's books, yeah.
All the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're finding a lot of success in that and whatnot. Do you guys sell that type of book too, or is it mostly contemporary, older?
No. Well, no. The raid train, I'm doing a paper gold raid train, and most people, it's like a book group that I'm a part of. Like we do a weekly meeting, and that's more vintage books. So for that raid train, I'm doing vintage books and just old antiquarian style books. But then the next week we have a cookbook show, so I'll be
Yeah.
selling newer cookbooks.
Oh, perfect.
So I
Yeah.
sell any type of book. It's just if it doesn't meet my standards to be in my eBay store, I'm running it on Whatnot. And the more I grow on Whatnot and get more comfortable, I'll start listing higher dollar stuff over time over on Whatnot
Nice.
too.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to list a $50 book and run it for $2 on Whatnot.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. Yeah,
I don't have the following to do that right now.
Yeah, that's always been. I'm at 8,100 sold, and that's always been my bone of contention. Like I know that I can get $45 for a plush on, let's say, Etsy, for example.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I just can't get past. I had the following to do it, I think, but I just can't get past my mindset to run that stuff lower in hopes that it gets bid up. I don't see the bidding
Yeah.
wars as much as I would like.
And I'll
That was
say though,
hard.
even in, and this kind of goes both ways, right? But even in some of the bigger shows that I've seen in our category, at least, that are getting bidding wars and bid up, things like that, I'm not seeing the same dollar amount that you could get still on eBay. It's going for like less than half still.
Mm.
And it's still hard. So I struggle with that too, Bob. Like,
Well, I'm
the-
seeing books going over eBay prices. I know guys that will sell $100 books and they'll start at $1, and they'll
Wow.
get sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So I'm comping everything when I'm on Whatnot, and they're selling for over eBay prices, which seems what's happening in the book category right now.
Yeah, I guess I've seen that in other categories too. People complain, why are you guys bidding in here? This is higher than you could get it at the store. So I've seen it go both ways for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also goes back to like with the books is if you're looking for a specific one, how especially older books as well as the vintage, how often are you going to come across that? You're not. Because I know I've dealt in the children's books, and I think when I first started, I'd seen somebody else doing it, and I did a couple of shows, and then people came in and were like, holy crud, you got like 10, 15 people in here. And I was like, hey, I have what they're looking for. And maybe like 4 or 5 people buying, but it takes that consistency and it takes time to build your audience and they know what you have. And then once that happens, it's fire. Like you can go. Because I had stopped selling books and then I just went, what was it? I think like 3 weeks ago, I just did a book show out of the blue. I was like, I'm just going to do it. Man, it was killer. So now I'm like, yep, every week trying to do a book show because I think the book category, as I said, you do a lot of vintage. People are looking for that. And it's hard to find because I'll be the first one. Like I've had She-Ra books that I was like, oh my gosh, this is my childhood. That
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing.
awesome.
I love the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
finding it.
Well, He-Man and She-Ra, since the movie's coming out, it's going to be even more popular right now.
Oh yeah.
My
Oh yeah.
opinion. But I have He-Man stuff up here. You can't see because Castle Grayskull's up there.
Yes, the
None of
Castle
that stuff's
Grayskull.
listed, and it'll never be
All right.
listed.
I'm going to be back. I'm going to get a prop real quick. You guys talk about it.
It's going to get a.
Mine is the Grayskull Castle. I was like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, my childhood, because I remember we I think as us as a collective, Tennessee, Bob as well, we didn't grow up with money. So we didn't have all the cool stuff. Like we went to yard sales and we got like the Star Wars walker. We got the He-Man stuff and all that. We didn't have it new. Oh my gosh.
Is that a Thundercat? Or no?
Bob is holding.
Oh.
Go
It's
for it.
it's the He-Man sword. It's a newer repop version.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I picked it up at. It does work. I think I took the batteries out so it doesn't corrode. But yeah, so I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, Ashley.
You should have told me we're doing show and tell. I would have got my He-Man stuff out.
You never know where this
I
show's
got
gonna go. You just never know.
Oh my! I can't speak her now. It's like Rock'em Sock'em, He-Man.
Ah,
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Very rare because I've never seen it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
damn, rockin' something He-Man. That's freaking fantastic. It has two of the best things in the world.
I
all
can
in
grab
one.
it if you want. If you want to see it, I'll grab it.
I mean, we could go there. You've said so much stuff that I mean, man, let's go back to you. Let's rewind for a second and go back to the fact that you're doing estate cleanouts, getting stuff for your time, right, and your gas money. Basically, when it comes down to it, right?
Yeah, we've done buyouts too. Like I'll go and I'll pitch that I'll do a big buyout if it's a rare collection, But if the state, here's the thing: books are heavy. No one wants to deal with
Yeah.
books. People just want them gone. So I just
Sad.
go into the estate sale, hand them my card, say, "Hey, I'll come clear out all the books that don't sell at the end of the estate sale."
That's genius, though. The fact that you put yourself out there and you were, intentional in that regard, and that you're making connections to be able to do that as a workflow.
Yeah,
That's how you do it, folks. Right there. I don't care what category you're in. Put yourself out there. The worst that they're going to say is no.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
kudos to you and your family for doing that, man.
I do it as well. When I go to yard sales, I have my business card, and me going yard selling this year, I don't really need more books at this point. I still have enough stuff in my house to list, but I'm just going out there to make connections. So we met like a couple of people that do flea markets, and they come across books all the time because they're doing storage lockers, right? They probably don't want to deal with those books in the storage lockers. So hopefully we'll make a connection there and get a call. I've also talked to a junk removal company before. They get them. They have to pay money to the dump, and books are heavy, so they're paying a lot of money to get rid of that stuff. So you can reach out to junk removal companies as well.
Yeah.
That's all the secrets I'm giving away now, guys.
Take
You wrote them down?
Well, that's enough, right? We've talked about this before when Ruth Ann was on the podcast. Don't be first, be last, right? So that's a strategy for yard sales and garage sales and things like that. So that way, when it is time to clean up, like you said, books are heavy. Nobody wants to bring that mess down to Goodwill or back into their house for that matter. So strike a deal, go curb hunting, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to find for sure. I can only imagine the things that are coming out of that type of flow, though, for vintage. It's getting harder and harder, and I think you're going to see more of this as technology grows. The written word, I'm always worried and concerned about how things digitally can be changed or remastered, and that there's value in the written word because our history is in there, right? And you can rewrite history if you're not careful. So when I think of the Bible, for example, as that type of thought process evolves, how much so could that potentially impact us as a culture and a society? That is just crazy to think about, that we're almost to the point where we could pretty much cull out the art of reading and writing for what it essentially was meant to be. And there's power in that. So that's a tough one to unpack.
I did a post today. It was just a short where I bought a encyclopedia set, right? At a yard sale. I paid $10, sold it for $100. I didn't say that I sold it because it was just me picking it up. And then there are comments like, who's buying encyclopedia sets? I'm like, I mean, there's lots of people that appreciate all that stuff and the vintage books, but maybe they don't trust AI and the stuff that's coming out now.
Grain of salt with that stuff, man.
Yeah, I think
It's
it'll only
not
get
per.
more popular.
You got to
Yeah.
remember where that's coming from. Is it really the source of truth? What makes that authoritative? I'm a software engineer, if you didn't know, Alex. So I deal with that large language model stuff and predictive analysis and all the other stuff that comes with that. That's currently
Okay.
my day-to-day life. So I work in governance particularly. So I'm trying to put guardrails in place, keep the human in the loop, all the things, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
So that's my jam, and I do that for the government. So I'm trying to make sure that we put those types of things in place because I know the importance of why that should be. And I think a lot of people are forgetting that that's potentially could be the case if we're not careful.
Yeah.
So
What's your opinion then when it comes to AI and reselling? I mean, do you utilize it at all for your business?
I do. I am part-time, which makes me the perfect culprit, or I guess I'm not without guilt in that regard because I have to use it to lever time. Time is my most finite resource. I don't give it to everybody, and if I do give it to you, be grateful because there's not much of it to go around. That's kind of how I'm looking at time now as I get older. So I'm using AI to leverage things that are repetitive in scope, mostly. When I think of a creative idea, because I'm trying to monetize across all the different platforms, I think about I have a very creative mind. I'm an artist and other things, so I try to come to it from a different angle. I try to build branding into my creative nature and stuff like that. You'll see it with my Cosmo posts. We picked a mascot, allowed social media to pick the name for the mascot, rebranded through the mascot, all the things because most lovable brands are built off that, right? So use history as your lesson and your guidepost for that type of thing. So when you're creating creative content, and I'm not just spewing out AI results, I'm using AI to write it because it takes away the time for it, but the actual thought and the prompting that's involved is more so creative of my own idea. I'm just using the large language model to make me not look like an idiot.
You said the Cosmos? Is that what you just said? The Cosmos?
His name is Cosmo.
I just thought of Brandon Sanderson, the Cosmos. I'm like, what?
I mean, yeah. Well, Brandon Sanderson, I like. I'm a Robert Jordan fan. So when he passed, and I heard that he was sick, man, absolutely ruined my expectations. Now, I mean, obviously you care about the person and their health and all that stuff, but just like that was like one of those moments for me in my life that just, the world stood still. I'm from a time and place where there was no internet, so for me, reading was one of those things that unlocked the world of possibilities in regards to imagination, all the other stuff that you don't find too often anymore. You still find it; it's just not as commonplace. So for me, that was a moment in time where I was just like, it's like the one guy that I would always consistently go to read, and here we are. It's too bad what happened, but his wife carried on and was able to get Brandon to finish up things and kind of tie a bow on it. I think he did an okay job. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some people have mixed feelings about, and we're talking about, if you guys don't know, the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, which is that's his pen name. That's not his actual name. For those that don't know, I
Wheel of
forget
Time
his
series.
actual
I don't
name.
think I've heard of it.
Wheel of Time. If
It's
you
only a few books.
Okay.
yeah,
I'm not a
they're
big
only like this thick. It's for the folks at Book Dust Media. That's nothing. They're not light reading.
Hey, he
But-
might have to finish some other series though if the other authors don't, pick up.
Yeah, I just
finish their series.
from that point, I actually lost my interest in reading.
Really?
Yeah, it was that much for me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but all breaks on that, and I started delving into career more, and then reselling through foster care is how we started reselling. So
Okay.
we were doing that to offset cost of foster care because Lord knows the state doesn't give you enough to take care of those children. So we were actually doing that, and then it kind of spiraled from there. So
Wow.
Yeah, then once you start doing foster care and start doing, your work and then reselling, and then you start doing social media, where do you find time to read 10 books?
Yeah, Bethany, where do you find time? You should
Yeah.
resell more.
Yeah.
Well, if she's
Down here,
Whoa.
I'm down here and
reading
listen.
She's like, I'll see you in Valhalla before I give him my
In
books.
Valhalla.
Yikes.
No,
I've
Yeah.
never been big on reading myself. I think I can
Well,
count on one hand the amount of books that I've read, but audiobooks though.
is it reading?
Mm-mm.
I don't think
It's cheating.
I will say that. What reading did for me as a child. First of all, I was given C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, when I was probably maybe
Love that movie.
8 years old. And you love that movie? That was a book series.
I know.
Um,
I've only ever watched the
he
movie.
was Christian writer, right?
Yeah.
So I was given that from my godparents at that age. And what that did for me was create a place where I can escape reality. Because I didn't have the greatest childhood. And this is not the podcast for that conversation, but let's just say that it created a space for me. And one of the greatest gifts that was ever given to me, and also helped my vernacular, all the things, and maybe the man I am today, helped me with all things career-wise, like having the ability to be knowledgeable about different subject matters and being well-read.
mhm.
I think it really, really did make a difference for me personally. I don't know how that has impacted your life, Alex.
I'm not very well read, though, to be honest.
You're not?
I mean,
Bethany? I'm just kidding.
I've read all the Dr. Seuss books. I mean, those are tongue twisters. They're kind of hard. So I guess I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you for me, Alex. I'll tell you another story about reading, and Bethany, you'll probably, and maybe some other people
She
find
says
this
we're cutting
interesting
into
too.
reading time now for watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We'll try to make it quick, Bethany. So one of the things I did in high school was I skipped school. Don't judge. So I was a A student. Obviously, I didn't have to try very hard. It just came naturally. I've been pretty gifted in that regard. But I actually skipped school and spent the entire day in a library reading a book. I read a book about this big called Armada. It was a little spicy, by the way. And I spent all day.
Three chili peppers?
I don't know what I was like. I don't know what exactly it was about. I can't remember now. It was like a period piece or something. I read this book throughout the day, and I was lucky enough to grow up in a place, New Haven, Connecticut. Yale University's right there, so they have a fantastic library. Has all the accommodations, all the things, right? So I took advantage of that, and I educated myself because I wasn't learning anything in school. So I used that as a lever. So that's one of the moments in time that I don't think I've ever told that story. So there you go.
School to read.
I'm such a nerd.
Well, hey.
I went to the library.
You are such a rebel.
Such a rebel, yeah. Well, I mean,
Nerd.
That's out world.
They're smoking in the
gonna say-
locker room. He's reading in the locker room. It's in PE to read in the locker room.
Speaking of the locker room, you're back, Alex.
Yeah.
You're back.
I
Tell
was
us
back.
everybody about what you've been doing on your podcast. You didn't know that he's a podcaster, y'all.
Yeah, Reseller Locker Room Podcast. I don't know. It's been like 2 years, 3 years since I've been on that show. We took a little hiatus, right? Personal, because life happens. We had to take some time off. We came back with Archie Biscuit Butt, and we're
Exciting.
we're recording tomorrow night. It'll be out on Thursday, at 9 a.m. So we're coming back, but we're not taking it like as serious. Not that we're never been serious, but we're not doing it weekly. We're just kind of going with the flow. Like if we miss an episode, it's not a big deal, right? So we're just kind of bi-weekly at this point right now. But maybe I think we'll probably get back and recording a little more and start having guests back on. So I know we've been talking to a few people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we grew the locker room, was by always interviewing people and trying to get the biggest names in reselling to come on the show. Even if we had to pay them. No, we didn't pay them. Yeah. Every other week until further notice, we'll be dropping videos, podcasts. So
That's awesome because that was in my rotation. Just so you guys know, I was a fan and I was
Mhm.
watching along, and I was just like, "Where are these guys, man? What the heck? You're breaking up my
Who's your favorite ex member of the locker room?
rotation." Archie, I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
We've
gonna say
had
Alex, but I was gonna be like, people are gonna think I'm just like
no, I'm
tooting
an
your
ex
horn or
ex
something.
member. So Archie was an ex member.
Oh
I
yeah,
only
that's
missed
true. You've always been there.
I've only missed one episode. I stepped
Yeah.
away for personal reasons. They recorded
Right.
one episode and then they just fell off without me. And I'm like, "Are you guys done?" So I had
You
to
were the
come back.
glue. You were the
Yeah, I had to
glue.
come back. Ben didn't
See,
want to do it without me.
yeah.
Oh, Ben.
I mean,
And now
I
Ben's doing diecast. I saw that. That's
Oh,
awesome.
he's doing mixtures now. Yeah,
He's
mixture.
got a show right now selling clothes. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
I was gonna go in there and snipe and buy all his hats, and then do another whatnot show like a few weeks later, and then
sell
run
them
them
all.
$3. Yeah, hopefully it's doing well. Yeah, he's only doing whatnot now. He's selling
Really?
off everything off of eBay, and he's just doing whatnot. He's all in whatnot. So
That's so
mostly,
ironic.
mostly. It's funny because we've had tons of people on the locker room that were whatnot people, and he was like, well, I'm gonna sell it for $2 when I can sell it for 15 to 20 on eBay. Like he was anti whatnot forever. Now we just turned into a whatnot show at the locker room. So that's all he wants to talk about.
I mean, for a while it was that way on this podcast too, because that was like our bread and butter. I
Right.
mean, it's what we all have in common. It's how we all met.
Okay.
So, for us, Whatnot has levered so many things relationship wise. The only person I haven't met in person, I think, is Ashley at this point. So,
Yeah.
Ashley, we got to correct that
It's
sometime.
time.
I
It's
know,
time.
right?
Are you guys all selling toys and plush? Is that's kind of what you niche down mostly to?
Yeah.
Mm.
For
Are you
us,
doing
it's solely plush.
Are you doing like raid trains or just single shows, or where are you finding the most success, like on whatnot?
That's a
I'd
good question.
I was gonna say it's a mixture. So I host a lot of raid trains and co-host a lot of raid
She's a
trains.
conductress.
Yeah. So and I'm in this mode of okay, we can't do like we were literally I was doing at least 1, 2, 4 or 5 raid trains a week. And I was like, we gotta slow the roll. I was like, because and then I think heard from another whatnot that'll be on the podcast later, but they're like, when you start doing a lot of raid trains, you're losing yourself. And I was like, yeah. I said, I got to get back to this is me. Yes, I host raid trains. And yes, I want to help grow the community, but I'm losing a part of me and just, hey, this is what, I sell that part of it too. So I say it's a mixture. Raid trains can always help, and they can also at the same time depending can hurt maybe a little bit because now
Okay.
you're just oh what raid train do you have this week, it's this, not oh this is me, I'm just doing a regular show.
I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around how it hurts you, but I mean, usually when I do a raid train, I have more people in my show, and then when I do a book show by myself, it's not as much. So I don't know if it hurts me because I get comfortable with the raid train instead of putting in the time and to grow and grind it out myself.
So how a raid train can hurt, for if I can give a little perspective, maybe. Think about it this way: if you have let's say a 10-person raid train and you're 30-minute slots, and the person before you doesn't accept the assignment for what it is, like say it's themed, or if they don't show up with the proper,
or they don't raid you. That's happened.
Or they, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
that could potentially hurt you in that way. So, the point of a raid train is to grow following, in my opinion. It can help with sales too. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's important when you're first like breaking your teeth on whatnot to be a part of that stuff, so you can get your name out there, do all the things. But in general, consistency wins the day, and if you can do that and show up for yourself outside of a raid train. And we had Cam Life on. He just broke $1 million on whatnot.
Oh wow!
Not too long ago, and what he told us is that consistency for a year. He said that he challenges anybody to show up for a year consistently on whatnot and report back to him. If you're not successful, it's your product. It's not anything other than that. So, and I was just like, damn.
Like
I
how
mean,
many? So how many shows consist? Can I just do one show every year? And I mean,
I think it
or a
takes a
week.
little bit more than
Well,
Right
that.
now, I'm only doing one
A week.
show a week, and I don't know if that's enough to really grow a following. If I need to be more in the 2 to 3 to really grow.
You need
I
to be,
think
in my opinion, three
Okay.
I
at
would
least.
say find what works for you. And that's what I'm gonna because I think we all have kind of talked about when we first started. I wasn't selling toys. I started off selling home decor.
Mhm.
And then don't ask me how I wound up in toys and now that's where I went. But I used to do shows at like noon, like
Mhm.
1, 2, and it was slow. But those days talking to yourself alone in the room, yep, and just
It's a,
going with it. I
it's
mean,
a grind.
it's
I
a
can't.
grind. It's a grind to build that following, but
Yeah.
if you keep consistently showing up and like this is me, and I think the biggest one across all the different sellers we've talked to that are whatnot sellers, be authentic, be you.
Hmm.
Persona
Period.
leads to burnout. That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. Persona leads. If you're not your authentic, true self in social media and also social media sales,
Yeah.
you're gonna burn out quick. There's no way if you're going there with the energy that is like not you and not authentic to you. I don't see how that's sustainable personally. I think
Hmm.
what you're going to create inside yourself is a bit of resentment that you have to constantly be on, right? It's kind of like a comedian. Everybody expects you to be funny, but maybe you're not always funny. Maybe you're just funny because it's like something that you enjoy to do. Next thing you know, you're the funny guy. Hey, tell a joke. What? Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So be authentic, show up with your natural self. You will build an audience. There's someone out there that's going to want your unique perspective. And I
Mhm.
see that in social media too. Like, don't be anything other than who you are in social media. I know you're growing that presence, Alex. What's your take on that? I mean, I know that you're growing your social media as well.
I'm a jerk on social media. I'm a jerk in real life. I mean,
I mean, there you go.
You got it made.
I'm surprisingly okay with that answer.
Yeah. I
Quite
mean,
honestly.
do
I think
you?
I'm funny. I don't care if anyone else is laughing. As long as I'm entertained, I'm okay with it.
That's good.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted you on the podcast is for that reason. You have a very interesting personality and outlook on things from what I could pick up because it was hard
Mhm.
to hear you at the meetup when we met.
Oh,
But
it's
I was just like, I
too
need to
loud
know
with
more.
pins
I need
off
to,
the music.
so tell Ben next time not to have that music playing so loud.
Yeah, it's too loud. I agree.
It was way too loud. But other than
Yeah.
that, it was a great time,
How
that
about that
meetup.
meetup? Is that gonna happen again this year or nah?
So what happened is they did the Ohio meetup, the one that's on the boat that Cincinnati Picker's doing, and it's the same time that we did the East Tennessee meetup.
Mm,
Mm,
I don't really think we should be competing with, a bigger creator like that. It's just it'd be better to find another time for it
yeah.
or just postpone it because I don't think that Ohio St. Louis meetup is a yearly thing. Because they took off like 3 years,
Hmm.
so maybe just come back next year and do the East Tennessee meetup again. You know.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
mean, from what I
Oh
can see, it was pretty successful. I mean, for a first time meetup,
yeah.
uh, I would put it right up there with the Nashville reseller meetup the first year in comparison. I don't think it was any less in regards to people wise, maybe the first year.
Yeah,
I know you were
we
there
had
both years, right?
yeah, we had about
Okay,
100, and then the
that
first
sounds right.
Nashville was around 100 too, I think. But
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with the Nashville meetup because I haven't heard anything. And
yeah,
I would just do the Nashville meetup if Ray's not going to do it. I just figured the locker room take over the Nashville because it's just
yeah.
such a good spot to have a meetup. So many people want to come to Nashville.
I will say that, Ray, if you're listening to this, feel free to reach out to any of us, really, because we're all within your backyard and here to
Hmm.
support you in that regard. So if there's something going on that you need help with, know that the community got you. So,
Yeah, I've
um,
kind of heard because I've been asking about it because I was actually
mhm,
excited, about the meetup, and Ray does such a great job on putting
fantastic.
it on.
Mhm.
But it might what I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, but it might just be postponed until June this year. Maybe Ray has something personal going on, so can't do it in April.
Yeah,
So hopefully, I just
I
haven't
would say
heard him announce it on his show yet.
If I were to give one bit of advice to Ray, and he didn't ask for it and it's unsolicited, but I would take it to committee and allow him to be the chair of it
Mhm.
and allow the community to support him and uplift him with that process. So that
Mhm.
way he doesn't have to bear the burden of it.
A lot of work.
I know that's hard to do sometimes to get people together in agreement, but when you think of it as, he has the final say and that you're there to support him in that regard, it might help. I don't know if he's to the point in growth because it was big last year.
Yeah.
It was huge. I mean, there was a lot more turnout.
Yeah,
So
he just made it so good that he might have this expectation that he's got to one up it every year. And if Ray ever hears this, it doesn't matter as long as we all just get together as a community is what all
right.
that matters. At the end of the
Right.
day, we don't need a gift bag. We don't need
Nope.
prizes and games. We just want to hang out. You
Yeah,
know?
that's really what it comes down to because when you start to look at it from like the global level, you're just like for me, I'm not a very social person in person. I'm better through this or through social media or whatever. That's just my personality. Unless you come talk to me, I'll talk to you. But I won't go ahead and put myself out there. So
Yeah.
but I agree that you see that in the meetup. You see all these people like breaking off in smaller groups, talking, enjoying themselves, hanging out, all the things. And I want to encourage people that if you don't at least do Nashville, you do at least one event where you meet like-minded folks and talk about business because like-minded individuals will help you strengthen your business overall. I think it's probably the
Absolutely.
best way forward to growth in networking. So
Yeah, the networking and the friendships alone that have come from this have changed my mindset so much as the years have gone by. So I went to the first two Nashville meetups, but I didn't make it to last year's East Tennessee. That's why I asked because I would have. I don't know if the Nashville one's happening this year. I'm like, I feel like I need a fix. I need a meetup.
Yeah,
you need to hang out with my homies.
that's
Yes.
kind of another thing. We don't know if we're just going to do it another time, but we're kind of waiting to see if Ray's going to do the Nashville too. But if
I
not, then I
know.
feel like there should be some
Yeah.
meetup.
There's a lot of
Well,
people in the Nashville area and surrounding states too, which is why I think we draw in a lot. So,
the
Hmm.
last thing I ever want to do is like step on anybody's toes. Like
mhm,
if I were to say, "Hey, let's a small group of us meet," what does that look like? I don't want to offend like Ray and come at from a point of view like we're just trying to hang out. Really, when it comes down to it,
right,
is nothing more than that. So, and that's the thing about this space too. There's the other side of that coin, you know. So,
right.
Yeah.
yeah. So for Ray, if you're listening, hopefully you are, buddy. And we are all about helping if you need it. And we'll go ahead and leave it there. But I think that let's go back to for a second your place in the book community. You said you were on whatnot part time, I guess we'll call it for the most part.
Yeah.
Are you seeing most success through eBay and Etsy then?
Um, Etsy, I pay for cross promoting, but barely ever cross promote. So I'm like, I better this week. I did actually 10 yesterday, so I need to
Yeah,
step up on Etsy. I have
yeah,
sold a few books over there, and the cool thing about Etsy is you don't get the lowball offers. Whatever your
Mhm.
price is, they usually
they
just
pay
pay
it.
it. So you
Yeah.
can actually get more for your product over on Etsy. Like
Yeah,
both books I've sold over there have been $300
Wow.
books. So
I'll
um,
I'll agree
my
there.
my problem with Whatnot is if I'm taking my good books off my eBay store, my eBay is my bread and butter. I mean, it's my paycheck, right?
Mhm.
Mm,
So that's what makes it difficult. I can't start pulling all these $20 or $50 books off my eBay shop when and only get a couple bucks for them, and I'll be able to
Yeah.
pay
Right.
my bills.
made the analogy today about eBay and Etsy and cross listing. Think of it as a venture capitalist, right? They make uh, educated guesses across many different businesses in hopes that one takes off. That's how I look at cross listing. I'll put all my items on all of the different platforms that I'm on, betting
Mhm.
on which horse is going to win the race. As long as one horse wins the race, I'm okay. I would love for the Etsy horse to win because like all the things you just said, they won't haggle, they won't negotiate. That horse always comes in strong. And prime example of that, I posted today that Etsy for the month of March beat eBay for
Oh,
us,
wow.
and we've been doing it for 3 years now. Finally, beat eBay, and we sold half as many things,
That's
That's
so
cool.
more
awesome.
profitable.
Can you tell
Yeah.
us more, Bob, about how you get all your things across all your platforms?
Oh yeah, funny you should mention that. It's a sponsor of our podcast today, Nifty.ai. Be sure to check out nifty.ai. Code Rocket City will save you 15% off your first month. And be sure that you know that it's not only a cross listing platform, it's an inventory control system as well. It can have generative AI. It'll list, promote your closet. It's in the upper right hand corner. There's a QR code. Feel free to scan that QR code and save some money. $89.99. Hear me out, right? Pro bundle. It is like a full-time employee that's always working for you. It's always working for you, cross-listing, sharing, doing all the things. And I will tell you, the first 12 days of the month of January paid for 4 months for us in regards to making sales. So nifty.ai already paid for itself for the year for us personally. And I hope that you have that same experience and appreciate that commercial break. All right, back to the podcast. What are you using?
That's not my sponsor, so I can't.
No. What are you using?
The Flip one. It sucks, guys, but it's only $9 a month. It doesn't ever automatically delist. So in my SKU number on eBay, I got to put it's listed on Etsy too, just so I remember to go delist it because it never freaking.
I'm going to make the case that, matter of fact, maybe I'll pay for your first month at Nifty. Just so you can see how wonderful it is.
I was talking to my wife about it last night. I just couldn't I don't need the posh sharing and all that, so I don't think I need the AI, but it's only letting me do 1,500 listings, and I have 4,000 books listed. So, I mean, I just gotta be choosy. Is it keep costing more the more you want to add to it?
So, bigger closets can go up to. That's why I pay $89.99. It's actually, I think, for a certain amount of. I think I want to say like 5,000 to 6,000. It's like 69 maybe, and then we pay an extra $20 for up to 10,000. We have a 10,000 store, eBay store. We have about 8,100 or 8,300 listings right now across 4 different platforms, and that's how we roll, and that's how we're so successful. We've created a velocity engine in regards to eBay. And of course, I use my data engineering, insight to drive sales. And if you like that type of content, make sure you're following me on Rocket City Reseller on Facebook. We get more into the details and the weeds on that, and how that could work, AI prompting, all the things. And if you want analytics insight into your business, feel free to reach out anytime and be happy to walk you through how you can use generative AI to get insight into your business.
Okay.
So
you don't have to pick the AI stuff to do because it ends in sell similar, right? Some of your items.
So you can either do it manually, or it actually will do up to 100. I think it has built-in safety features so that you don't get accused of botting. So for eBay, for example, it'll do 100 for you per day, up to 100, and that's to build in safety. That way you don't get flagged as a botter, meaning that you're delisting and relisting out of ordinary against someone that doesn't have that tool. That's how it mitigates that. But you can go in manually, and I do this quite a bit. I have an entire story about Vendu and how it screwed us over. So, and how we brought our Mercari and Poshmark to nothing and are starting to cross us back through Nifty. So that's an entire.
I haven't sold anything on Mercari in like 3 years. I used to sell toys like crazy during Q4, and it just died for me.
I will say that nifty.ai gave us a resurrection in our Mercari presence. And we're still not selling to that degree we were before the whole shim-sham of the buyer fees and the seller fees and the shipping and all the other things that they're trying to do to like backpedal because of their greed. I have a lot of feelings regarding Mercari. If you haven't noticed,
resurrection sub with Jesus up there.
I mean, it was just Easter yesterday. But
I just ordered 100 of these things, so when I do a Christian book show on Whatnot, I'm going to give away 1 free Jesus and a pocket Bible for every order. I don't do giveaways, but I'm going to give out.
Giveaways.
Yeah, just going to give a giveaway.
Love it.
So Ashley, tell us about the giveaway policies and Whatnot.
Oh, gosh.
It came up.
Well, so there's an update, which now I think there was another seller that was doing a Q&A, and it was brought up because they readjusted the giveaway that would like certain wording. Basically, it keeps Whatnot out of the mix of they are not responsible for the giveaway. It is your giveaway. It's not sponsored by Whatnot. It's basically all a lawyer typed up to keep them not accountable for it. Um, it's very long from another seller, and that's where I don't want to speak to it because I'm still kind of on the fence with it. But someone else was saying nothing has changed. It's just basically you can't.
You're on the hook.
It's not Whatnot that is promoting your giveaway, that sort of thing. I'm just kind of leery, and the only other one is because I think it's been a talk in all the community. And I think you've brought it up in your podcast too. People complaining about, I got this free item, it sucks, and it's like it was free. You didn't pay nothing. You got it for free. We
The
paid.
nerve of some people.
Yeah. So
I did get a crappy free giveaway today from Paul Philly Flipper. I don't know how I won 4 football cards, Paul, but they showed up in my mail today. I'm like, well, I don't even remember winning this giveaway or entering
Me
it.
too. That happened to me. From Paul. I popped into
really?
his show. I don't remember winning and also got the
Yeah.
same crappy giveaway. I was like, what the heck is this? Bookmarks. They're bookmarks for my kids right now. So.
Okay.
But as far as the giveaway thing, it's just sweepstakes laws, and they're really just trying to
Yeah.
cover their butts.
Yeah,
So you're
pretty
supposed to say something like,
have to be
Whatnot
18
is
years
not
or
liable.
older.
You can
Whatever, yeah.
fill out a form. You don't have to enter. You can fill out a form to be entered in the giveaway. Blah blah blah. Bologna sandwich. It's
Yeah.
like how I like to cover the lawyery
Never
thing.
seen the sweepstakes where they talk super fast and tell all the rules like that. That's what we're
Yeah.
supposed to like.
Like
And
the old
then-
cell phone days. Bob had a
Is it
baby as a boy.
necessary to even do giveaways though? Is it necessary? I mean, I don't even do them. I'm gonna give a giveaway just as a buyer
Just with
appreciation,
purpose.
and not even
Yeah.
do a buyer appreciation. It's just going in every sale.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
you don't. Mine is they're across the board. If you do a followers giveaway, it helps with getting followers, which is part of the reason why I did it as well. Like, hey, it's free, just
Mhm.
follow. You can unfollow me later, however it works. And then like the buyer's giveaway, the only other call out I want to say about the giveaway rule is you have to specify what it is. So you have to, I think the other one was monetarily wise, how much it is and what exactly it is. So the days of, oh yeah, I'm just going to throw something in your box.
Well, that's
Mhm.
You
because
can't
people were
do
doing
that.
the bait and switch. They would do a buyer's
yeah.
giveaway for a $25 gift card, and if a form filler won, they would just send like a sticker or something, and they wouldn't send that $25 gift card. So therein lies, somebody's like, oh yeah, I won $25. They get the sticker, and they're like, what the crap? So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly. There was recently a social media post, I guess not recently, but where there was a hot take. Someone said, "Nobody wants your stupid sticker," or something
that
to
hurt
that
a lot.
regard. Do you recall the Whatnot community just roasting this individual? They
I'm gonna
did
make a
before-
new sticker just for Whatnot. It's gonna say my stupid sticker. And
Yeah, this young lady just made a hot take, like nobody wants your sticker, blah blah blah. It came across as like entitled and like she was better than everybody. I'm not gonna shame her publicly. I mean, I think the community took care of it,
If you know,
honestly. But I mean, there's that side of the house too, where it's like if you don't give anything of perceived value, it's not about that. It's about acknowledging someone being in your show, appreciating their presence, and giving to them something freely, not just your time, right?
And stickers ain't free. True.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's
I'll
true
just
too.
stamp, too.
I love collecting a good sticker. It's the kid in me, maybe. I don't
There's
know.
a lot of uptick in like the sticker collecting.
Hell yeah, I got one of those.
community. So like people are getting back into sticker books and putting their stickers in there and collecting and things like that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, it goes
Sticker
back to the
books are
root.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
think so too. And I think you should give away what you want to give away in your show. It's your show.
Yeah.
And who gives a about someone's hot take? Honestly, when it really comes down to it. So, Alex, this is the time of the show, man. I don't know if you've been tracking us, but this is the time of the show where we kind of do this thing, right? We say, Beard King Picker, who would you like to see on Launchpad Reseller Podcast? Here we go.
Bethany from Book Dust Media.
There it is.
Yeah!
What about the earlier? I know you asked that, and now I've thrown her the bus. I don't know if she's. I mean, she's a reseller, but she's only part time because she has a job and then she works with me 3 days out of the week as well. But she's
Right.
been working with me since the cat food hustle days of Amazon, so she actually knows a lot about reselling. But if she doesn't want to come on, I would Rocky Top Picker or Biscuit Boat would be a great people to have on. Rocky Top needs some help in the whatnots, so you'd
So Rocky
benefit
Top,
for being on here.
Rocky Top Picker Ben, you've been called out on Launchpad Reseller podcast. What say you? We'll leave it there because I think you're right. Ben needs some help with whatnot, and this is what this channel was built for, and this podcast is to uplift people that are just getting started, even if they've been selling for forever, right? To get them on the launch pad, get them situated into a point in front of people and kind of spread the word about what they're doing next. So speaking of what is coming next, what's coming next for the Beard King?
I'll probably drop another crappy YouTube video after tomorrow, maybe. That always happens. I'm pretty consistent with crappy videos. You can
Shoot, I need to take that perspective.
If you're offended, I'm not sorry, but sorry. I think the next one is pretty bad. But anyway, I just say what I want. It doesn't matter if people want to watch it, whatever. Yeah. But we have April 11th Paper Gold Ray Train. I'm going on at 9 p.m. That is
the caboose.
Yeah, Central Standard Time, I believe. And then April 19th, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm doing a cookbook show. I don't know if cookbooks sell on whatnot at all. Most of them I've seen, they usually don't, but I don't know. I'm just going to make sure I'm eating or have eaten before I run a whole bunch of cookbooks because it's going to make me hungry staring at all these good recipes.
Yeah.
I would name the show Watch Me Cook. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And then I don't know. I'd like to get back into doing plushies because I actually started on Whatnot only selling plushies 2 years ago.
Oh, excuse me. He's part of the
let
plushie
us know.
community.
Yes, I was like, let us know.
Yeah, I've done more plushie shows. I've done more plushie shows 2 years ago on Whatnot than I have book shows. So I used to do plushie shows with my daughter Zoe Plush. She collects plush, sells plush. She's all about that. So I know you said you didn't want to do raid trains, but can I get on a raid train?
Yes,
absolutely.
I was gonna say
I need to get rid of them.
Listen. I'm following you.
All right.
I'll message you like, hey, this is what we have upcoming, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. What about the Once Upon a Plush Ray Train, Ash? You got children's books?
Children's book with a plush as a bundle.
That was completely Bob and Amanda's idea to pair a children's book with a plush.
Okay.
And sell it.
You get a little reading buddy with your book, and it's to encourage childhood reading, and that's important. You want to read to your children.
We have thousands of children's books. My wife probably won't let me sell any of them, but I have them. But most all my plush shows, I just go upstairs when the kids are sleeping, and I take a plush. You can't even see the floor of my kids' room; it's just plush.
I believe it. I have
whole bed. Both my kids just love plushies. So I don't really source plush anymore because they just steal them from me.
I don't necessarily sell on Whatnot anymore, but if I did, you'd definitely be welcome. But I'm sure Ashley can fit you into the schedule.
Oh yeah,
we'd love to see your daughter come on too. People love it when kids sell. I mean, it builds in the that core work ethic. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. She liked it when we did it. We just kind of, I took a step back from doing Whatnot, but we still have tons of plushies.
Heck yeah, that's all we
the mountain only grows ever.
Yeah.
We have a plushie army that we that's what I call it when I do my corny YouTube videos. I call it my plushie army, 8,300 strong.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of bins. I saw all those bins. That's a lot of bins.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And when my wife just did an inventory by herself, and think about that for a second.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they were all there. How many were missing or misplaced?
12 baskets were mislocated, so which is down from last year. So that's good. And then missing. It's hard to say. I don't think it was too many that were actually missing. Just a few. And I think what we did is we condensed as we went along. We learned from last year. We condensed and also filled it in the same, so we didn't have to touch the bin twice. We didn't do that the year before. We had 50 bins that were free to put more items in. And believe it or not, we actually had more items than we had bins to fill up. That's how many that we have in the back flow. So we have literally probably 12,000 plush in this house. That's a conservative estimate.
That's crazy.
So yeah, only more to come on that. And we scaled a hell of a business the last three years we've been doing this. I think October will be exactly
And
3
those are
years for
all
us.
cherry picked. Are you buy in bulk ever, or
We do bulk deals, but mostly what we do is our bins model. Most of it's from the Nashville area, from the Goodwill outlet bins, but we do have local sourcing here, where we're very blessed to be in a military town with a lot of families that are leaving, coming and going. So we tend to strike upon different thrift stores, and they're able to move a lot of that stuff because it's a hard sell for them. But for us, it's we're willing to go in there and strike a deal, and sometimes we get it even cheaper than what we would get it at weight. So
yeah?
That's the best.
those are so we can easily walk out with two carts full for like maybe $20, $30, and make that money back in one plush. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we did. I think me and Zoe went into the Goodwill bins one day for an hour and filled up 2 carts within an hour when on like a, I don't know, Wednesday morning or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. So plushies, they can sell. You got to remember, you're not selling an item. Even when it comes to books, you're selling an emotion, right? The
Yep.
tied to that thing, maybe that's like someone's favorite author, whatever the case may be. So there's always, whenever you talk about a tangible thing, you're talking about an emotion or some sort of feeling or some sort of, especially when you're holding an item. I think that's why books are so impactful. When you're holding a tangible item, you get a different experience than, let's say, for Kindle or you're reading on the computer or whatever the case may be. I think when you crack a book open, the smell of the paper, the feel of the material, that's why I would continue to come back to books. And I think there's a lot of folks that are feeling that way too. You'll see that as technology grows too.
Well, yeah, it's the same with digital music, and then I want a physical CD.
Right.
I want to be able to read the lyrics and pull it out. I mean, that's why records are making a comeback. Record sales keep growing year over year because people like how big the layout is and all the artwork that's in them. No one, I don't know. I'm a big record collector, so I like the physical, and I don't think
my dad. My dad must be beating himself up because he's a DJ and he sold all his records maybe 10 years ago. He sold his whole collection.
Yeah, now go to McKay's and look at how much a used record is. It's crazy the price of these records.
Yeah, man, he had enough to open up a little record store himself because he's been a DJ since records were still.
I found a Four Non Blondes record at the bins. I'm not a record person. I mean, I have a few records in my collection. I do, but most of it's old Motown stuff because that's what I listened to when I was a kid. But I found this record and I was just like, I comped it just to see what the price of it was. Apparently $30 for this thing. I was just like, wow. This is like really surprised me. I did give it to someone there that's that type of seller. But I was just surprised by that. And I don't know why I was so surprised, quite honestly, like we were just talking about. I can see the value in the tangible. You'll see that as technology grows too. You'll see a resurgence of people wanting to like camp, do things that are more intentional, like physical, because you're going to separate yourself if you're not careful from that type of thing. So I think you're going to see that type of thing continue to grow. So if you think that media is dying, I think it's going to make a comeback personally.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
I've been buying every CD I find I buy now. I'm stockpiling them. And years ago, because what we used to have in the car, you have the big cases you put all your CDs in. I don't know, 20 years ago, I threw away every case.
Oh, no.
I still have like the insert, so I don't know if there's a market on eBay for just the CD. When I go to the bins, if I find the jewel cases, I've been buying all the blank jewel cases. So hopefully I can still make some money off those.
I honestly think it's going to be one of those things that comes back around. A lot of that stuff was mass produced. Some are more valuable than others, obviously. Time will tell the tale, I think.
Yeah,
So
most music, like when it comes to vinyl, is very obscure, rare stuff because I grew up in playing in bands, and I played in punk and metal bands growing up.
hell yeah.
So we would trade records at all the shows. So I have so many punk albums of like the pressings are like 100, maybe only 100 of these records ever came out.
Yeah.
So very obscure stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Flip the World Texas was on We Don't Give a Flip, and
Mhm.
he actually had the same experience, and it's kind of funny. Both are the bearded ones, but
Yeah, and he plays in metal bands, and yeah, we've talked a lot of music. Me and him talked back
Yeah.
and forth about music and stuff, and we listen to the same stuff. So
yeah. So I was just gonna say, you guys have that in common for sure. Sounds like you're already good friends, and I think that finding people that enjoy some of the similar hobbies as you too is just as important as reselling, because you can build relationships in that way too. They know that you like a certain thing. You are both resellers. It kind of leads the witness in a way. You can actually create a network in that way too. So it's not just about reselling. It has implications across your entire life. You can actually lever a lot of things to become a really well-rounded reseller, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
so this is usually the time of the show where we open it up for questions. So we're going to do that now. So if you're in the chat and you'll have a question, also I'm going to allow myself to stop talking so the team can ask you questions if they have any. So.
My question is, what's your favorite books to find? I know you're not an avid reader, but what's your favorite? Is it, and then with kind of a sub question, is it because of the monetary value you can get for it, or just the sentimental value?
So my favorite books to find aren't worth anything, and they're vintage 70s sci-fi books because I appreciate the artwork. I just think they're awesome. So yeah, I went to, if you guys are aware of McKay's, I took 3 boxes of McKay's of all biographies today and took the store credit just to buy as many sci-fi and fantasy books that I can.
Wow.
For running them on whatnot. But I just appreciate the art. There's not that type of artwork on books anymore, So
Absolutely, yeah.
those are my favorite kind of books to find. I always get excited over that, and they're really not worth much. They're like worth $9 to $6. Every once in a while, if you find a first edition, like I found Halloween 2 went for $100. So there is value in some of them, but they're, for the most part, they're not worth anything. Other than that, my favorite books to find are, very expensive books. This book right here I got from.
If I can make it bigger.
Yeah, this is the Ticker magazine. So this is about the stock market. This is from 1909, and I just listed this book for $2,000.
Oh, wow.
Of course, that's my favorite type of book.
Okay, so that's my question. How do we find these type of favorite books? So that's my favorite type of book.
You don't, because I got them all.
Especially in the same area, right? He's like, step back off the books.
He's like, back off, lady.
That one was through a deal through an estate company. I gave a card out, and they called. It was a private pick where they did an estate sale in the house. They were pretty much hoarders. And I call it the bug house because there was bugs and bees and all sorts of things. I found that book in an attic in the middle of summer in Tennessee. I got attacked by hornets because they were building hornet nests on the books, some of the books.
Oh my God.
And that's where that book came out of.
That's why it's worth $2,000.
Yeah, just for
literal blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, just for handing out a card, So a lot of books that came out of stuff like that. You got, these are 1935 Acts of Tennessee. It's kind of blurry, but books like this came out of that house. Just.
See, I got a whole stash of books from. So my husband works in home renovations, and they had to clean out an attic, and we got a whole ton of books from there. We took them to McKay's, got like $300 in credit or something.
Yeah,
I know that, but I'm not. I wasn't listening at the time, so I didn't take the time. There were some good Dungeons and Dragons books in there that probably could have
speaking my jam.
Yeah, I bought 2 crates of Dungeons and Dragons books for $40 at a yard sale. I sold multiple bundles for over $300.
Yeah, I
So
probably shot
Lots,
myself in the
lots
foot
of
with
money in
this.
those vintage books, Warhammer books, anything like that, you want to get.
Yeah.
But even at the bins, I've sold a Bible from the Goodwill bins in Nashville for $450. I found
Hmm.
first edition Jurassic Park signed, sold for $750. That came from the bins because the people at the bins are Amazon sellers. They're scanning the
I
books.
have
If
seen
it
that.
doesn't pop up in their headphones, it's not worth anything. So I can
Mhm.
still go in there after they gone through all the books and still pull profit right behind their backs all day long.
Dang.
And this just came from time because I've been selling books for so long because I was an Amazon seller. I knew nothing about a book, but I can, I'm pretty good. I can walk into a thrift store and pull all the profitable books without researching or scanning anything, just
Mhm.
by my eye from doing it for so long and know what I'm looking for and what books are worth money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Mhm.
valuable skill.
Yep.
One of those skills in reselling that just are so impactful, like being that sharp and doing the research and being that intentional, that is a game changer. You don't have to pull out your phone. They won't even know you're a reseller.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's the benefit of niching down too, because you learned that, whatever you're selling, you learn that category so well that that's all you deal with, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So you guys would probably see an old plushie that I would have no idea it's a $40 plush or $60,
Right.
$100 plush because I don't research every plush I see.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
My
is
daughter,
right.
last time I went to the bins, I found no good books. My daughter found 2 Pokemons. One's like a $40 Pokemon. And she found
Nice.
all the money that day. I'm like,
Go
okay,
plush.
you're the winner of the day.
Let's go. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She is, man, if I get it wrong, she is 9.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
10, 9, 10.
That to me is the
Stephanie in the
authoritative
chat.
source
Yeah.
right there.
That's awesome. So I
And
have
then,
2 sons that are 8 and 9, so they also help me source at the bins.
yeah, 9. She's been going to the bins. I mean, we used to go every day like 2 years ago, but I haven't been sourcing like that anymore. And she would fill up the carts of books and be right in there elbow to elbow with everyone else.
Love
So
it.
my
Yep.
That's what
son
I'm
is
talking about.
3 though, 2 or 4. So wait, here it
Uh-oh.
goes. 10.
10 and
I
4.
know.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
10 and 4.
Oh.
Zoe's
Get
gonna get
him.
you after this one.
I
Get
said
him.
I said 9 because when I go to the Chinese buffet, she has to be 9 because it's cheaper. She's 9.
Oh, yeah,
So I
yeah.
have that stuck in my head. They
Yes,
get a discount.
understood.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Self-deception is a thing.
I went to the movies yesterday, and I have 4 kids. I was like, I need 3 kids tickets, 3 adults tickets, because my oldest, she's 15 already. She doesn't count as a kid anymore. It's like 12 and under or something. He
Yeah.
goes, well, if you want, technically she's somebody's child. I was like, sir, we have 4 children and 2 adults.
Zoe, apparently my daughter's listening and now she's so mad at me. I'm sorry.
Ooh, you in trouble.
Spicy.
You're 9 if you want Chinese buffet.
They,
I would agree to that. I don't know,
Yeah.
Zoe. I don't know if I would agree to that if I were you. I mean, who doesn't want Chinese buffet, right?
Okay.
So, children, being a family man, reselling, how's that impact the family overall, do you think? I know that's a tough question for a lot of us. We're all parents. So what does that look like for you?
I mean, as far as the freedom to work the hours I want to work, right? I mean, today I picked up the kids from school, or Zoe's been with me. She stays home doing homeschooling. So she went to the post office with me. She went thrifting with me, went to McKay's with me. And I don't have to worry about it. It was when we get back, you get back to doing your homeschooling. And then we picked up my son. And then I took time. I got all my listings done for the day. And then we went outside and scootered around, So if I was clocked in at a normal job, I couldn't do all that stuff. And we go yard selling as a family on the weekends. So we're always together. They're always with me. Now, they cost me some money where I could be making more because I got a negative whatever they buy at the yard sale for the profit I found.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for the world. That's why I love this business. And even if I could make more getting a 9-to-5 job, I would still be reselling just for the freedom.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
being
you
able
can
to
always
spend
get more money, but the time is what it is. For me.
time's all, yeah, it's the most valuable thing that we have.
Yeah, it's the most
Yeah.
finite resource
Especially
we have.
when your kids are little, you need to be there for your kids as much as you can.
Tell you what, man, it goes by in a blink of an eye for sure. And the time is a thief. We said it multiple times on this one. It'll sneak up on you, and before you know it, you have a 17-year-old like me running off to college in the fall. He's Bama bound. He made his decision. He got into Auburn, got into UConn, but decided Bama was for him because of the money. They gave him the most in regards to scholarships. Got a 31 on his ACT. Really proud of him. All the things. Super smart kid. Wants to be a lawyer and wants to make a change in this world for. And I think part of our foster journey kind of led the witness a little bit on that one. So he saw what that is impacting. He experienced it with his own father in regards to the separation and things like that. So I think for him, he's trying to keep families together, which is super important. And for him to realize that at 17, let's go. That's amazing for me as a step parent. I'm super proud. I see a lot of potential in him, and I know all parents feel that way about their children. But for me, from the outside looking in, when I first met him, I mean, this kid's like, he was using words that were like confusing me when he was 5.
Dang.
And I was just like, what is going on here? So it's been an interesting like experience to see that grow and mature over time. So that's what I would love to be able to do this full time for those reasons that you just outlined. The fact that you guys are full time resellers, I'll lean into it and enjoy it and spend that time with your children because that's really important. It's going to make a difference overall in the end, and it's the most valuable resource we have is our children. So read to them. If you take nothing else away from this podcast, read to your children. It's a really important thing. Well, Alex, we appreciate you coming on the podcast. I can't say enough about how enjoyable and how right I was about having you on. I did see, for me, what that could potentially do for the community. So I kind of wanted to make sure that the community was also tracking your story and that your growth in social media continues. We want to see your success. We want to hear back from you, stay in contact. Let us know. Feel free to partner with us. So Whatnot is definitely something we should be doing together for sure. Yeah. So,
I appreciate you having me on. It's been a great time. So
yeah, for sure.
And
And
I'll come back on anytime. I could. Next time I'll disappoint you if you want. Whatever you want.
well,
I was going to say, or next time you bring Bethany.
It'd
be a duo. I'm
Before you
just
close
saying.
this out, I was gonna say I would really enjoy. I don't know if she wants to be on or not, but I would really enjoy for myself, right? Because I'm the homeschool mama over here who's reselling, so I would really enjoy her perspective of the reselling game. Because that's what
I think there's a lot of moms out there that are reselling that could really get a lot of insight from that conversation. So I think that if Bethany would like to come on, she's more than welcome. I love to talk all things reselling. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It sounds like she's and I've seen the Book Dust Media content where you guys are just like hashing it out.
She overtook my channel too. So
I was about to say,
my wife is the same way. I don't know if you've watched We Don't Give a Flip podcast, but my wife was on that one and she just dominated that space. She's a very personable person in that regard too. So
it's okay. I made a video and recorded by myself one day when she wasn't here, and I kicked her off my channel. She doesn't know yet because hasn't came out.
She knows now.
Now you know what's next.
Well,
that's fantastic.
I think it would be a great insight. Like I said, homeschooling and reselling, I think, pair really well together.
Yeah, we've been doing the homeschool for a while now.
I'm on the end of year 2, so
okay.
So awesome. Now you have another resource, Ellie, and you guys are in the same space and time.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Tennessee. Man, maybe someday I'll be in Tennessee too. Question mark. 5-year plan. All right.
Listen, on that note, make sure that if you guys are not subscribed yet, Bob, remind me the number of people who are not subscribers.
90% of people that view this channel and view this podcast are not sub to the channel. Can you believe that?
Yeah, please give us a like on this video. Please subscribe and leave some comments.
What the hell is going on, folks?
and don't forget to subscribe to Beard King Picker as well as
goes without saying. I said in the beginning. You better have listened.
Leave me hate comments. I love them.
Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Make sure you are following. Archie's back in town, and the new season is kicked off. And you guys really need that in your life because there's a wealth of reselling knowledge coming out of there, as always. And make sure, like we said, follow Book Dust Media. Make sure you're following Alex the Beard King Picker, and all across all socials. And yeah, let's be a community in practice. That's what I'm all about in 2026. Let's grow together. And Rocky Top Picker, we're looking at you, buddy. It's you're next.
You'll be hearing from me.
And that's how it goes. All right, guys. I want to remind you guys, if you can't be good at it. And we're going to catch you on the next one. And Alex, hang on tight 1 second. I want to talk to you about something.
Yep.
All right. That's it.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.